a few things here. Listen, I'm a huge fan of PMs, project managers. So let's and looking at where we are, the average size of our membership agency wise is 11 to 50. It's getting a little it morphs and it changes, but it's in that sort of 11 to 50 range right now. So, imagine you are, in that tweener stage, like 30 people. And that's a lot of people, but it's also a lot of people that are focused on making sure that the day-to-day operations work, that there are a lot of priorities. You've mentioned this being a channel. What about making sure that they're, again, I'm trying to get to very specifics on how can an agency that might be struggling with this set this up? If you came into an agency and you're like, oh my goodness, we got to do some fixing here. Where would you start and where would you go? Understanding that there are nuances and differences, but as a basic baseline way of moving forward, what would you look at and what would you do?
I think for me, the most critical thing is actually starting early. I know it can sound easy to say, but I really think the agencies that are able to start thinking about the case study as the work is coming out,
Mm,
they have the leg up. So if it's the project manager who's owning the entry, if they already have what they need to start looking at this, not just per show, but per multiple shows per award season, they're able to test and learn and figure out how to get this entry performing the way we want it to. Um, I think if you're writing that case study, if you're writing that basic framework, right, the basic story, this was before, and then we thought about this, and then this is what we did, and this is what came after. If you have that story coming out of the campaign launch, you can play with it. You have time to work with it, and I think that gives everybody a bit of a leg up. I know it's yeah. I think that would be critical. Um, yeah. In addition, giving marching orders to the right people. So the creatives, let the creatives write. Let the creatives put together the story.
right.
Let that project manager or that comms person let them start thinking about the right shows. Not all shows are made equal. We're all working with limited budgets. Like figure out what's actually going to do what, right?
Right.
Look at the actual questions. Have somebody accountable for reading the entry kits. And I know it sounds basic, but answer the questions. I mean, I think everybody. I'm really surprised at how many times I'll see initial drafts where the questions aren't answered, and it's
Right.
it's kind of answered high level, but it's not. And so if you put this only on, let's say, the creative, and the creative is going to do their own entry, I think building something there to pressure test the work, to push back, to help it grow, bringing some of that objective thinking into it, I think that helps a lot.